Ready, go? Faster!
Where's Ned Weldon?
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle. That's him! The one who killed Doc and Fingers! Take his head off! Nice try. Too slow. I'd better let Victor.
Sid. Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but...
No.
What is it?
The whole they're saying that
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have. Some of the children when Lubor... And without... But
That's not possible.
it is, if he's a bet, if he has. Still,
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here. But I know one...
You're right.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running.
But we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls, not within them.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial of interlocutors. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but...
And that...
Why? I'm taking the bearer's side.
You know I'm not. Just listen.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
You all along that he would...
Forgive me for
As have I. The rumors...
He'll never... But what if his wares? In this at least...
Leniency!
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied.
So what do you propose?
Perhaps. And they will thank you.
The townsfolk have made their minds up.
Nor I.
You never know.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope. But...
But...
You mustn't think like we'll talk some...
No. And Yora?
But Luke...
Rosina would... That steel does not lie. Yourself be... Rather an ironic one when you can... But I do not doubt that she... And so must I be. And now, I must embrace my... For only unite... I'll need to make a...
Don't go, Lubor. We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones.
How could it possibly? The least you can do is give the time...
It would not...
Over. And so just like that, I thought you would. But it seems you had...
Victor...
Forget it.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, but where... Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything...
I'll...
Two down, one to go. So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
I have some things for sale. May we meet again?
Clive!
And the Akash.
Mostly off to the north still. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north. Enough for the villagers to...
Well done.
Welcome. I'd never have guessed, you know. Who'd have thought that the savior keen to help?
I am.
Before you can sneak.
Blackthorn.
Oh.
One of the scouts couldn't keep, unlike my best mate who didn't slow down. Not enough for us.
Then your idea of...
Don't listen to him. You only did what you...
But that ain't the whole... Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. If someone's got talent, our master wasted up.
So you're wasting...
You're what? Under me and my precious I may be...
What, you...
Even if it meant...
Enough. You can finish beating each other up once.
Fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clive. Short enough. Still... You,
We can't...
Right you are. Don't want any nasty... Oh, and... Black...
I'm catching on.
How close?
Within sight of the wall. They'll wash right over us if we...
Good idea.
Understood.
I'm prepared.
Well, let's hope you don't. Once the scouts are inside, no heroic last stands, you hear me?
August's right. The people here are tough and willing.
I'm going out. Start work on the gate as soon as I...
And if they kill
You evacuate. It won't come to them. Take good care of...
Leave it to me, and... give those things...
Is that it? Apparently not. They're not getting past me. Too slow. The question is, did I miss?
Man alive! As many as I could, he says.
Only all?
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak.
Good.
In time, yeah.
Sid, enough to give those a but mostly...
I'm afraid of it. There's no getting rid, meaning that any living thing which stumbles into the...
And that's if the flood don't spread. I hate to say it, but the village...
That, with ether floods springing up all over, will fortify, and I'll see that they go.
All right.
As for you, that's twice, so...
I shouldn't have stopped.
I always... You leaving, and from that day on, I never once... You'd have been there.
Finally, I hope you see the sense.
Alive, perhaps. Our work used to... Now... It's not about the crime. I wouldn't send my sons to war ring. I've kept working, honing my skill. The average castle have come back to us, Blackthorn. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can...
That's a kind offer. There's people who trust their lives to my steel. But that doesn't mean I couldn't let's see if we can't
I'd like...
Just be sure to tell Snotty to...
I never thought I'd...
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than...
Sid.
And this is...
A token, but... Designs for a certain sword have been part...
Now, hold on. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. I'll admit your cinders make impressive study engravings on that thing. And they're not just for
Have you forgotten what brought you back? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer between the two of us.
Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zolt...
As long as he can...
Right. Zoltan.
Ah, Clive.
That is good.
Yes. But I still have much and more to... You couldn't do me a...
What is it then?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravan, find out exactly...
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
Don't blame yourself. I know, no buts.
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to the talks with the Republic. They've reached an... The prices have fallen, but the consortium...
And you had no opportunity?
None at all.
Elle?
And with good...
But I thought we... How did the consort...
It's not so... This isn't over. I'm going to rant...
Alone?
Are you offering? How kind. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get it even if I... Someone needs to...
Oh, and that's... Well... From meeting the Silver Peak... She'll never join them after this, sure. She means to stay with us.
You have to trust.
You're right. And if Elle's off... So I bid you... I'll gather my... You go to Randala and see if you can stop my sister.
I'll do my... All right. To Randalar, then. I'd better not keep Eloise waiting.
What I wouldn't give for a hot...
This is the...
When are they gonna let us through?
Good girl. I hope I didn't keep you. Did you arrange just...
Here they are.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves, and then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The Consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not mutual. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the cultural. They pay good money for bearers, not fit for the knackers.
That does sound... No matter then. If they've already and with it...
My associate...
I'm sorry you weren't...
As am I. He was right. He's the Silver Peak Consort. Their representative. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope as soon as he left.
So you...
No. I was a fool to think that...
You try.
I did. They deserve... I wanted...
Eloise! Word from Cashlock. A pack of beasts have come down. Theo and the others are trying to hold... They need help.
Theo!
I'll go on it.
Thank you. I'll gather some...
Hold on, Theo. Where's Theodore?
Upriver! He led the dragon that way. We just have to pray.
I can do better. Where are you, Theo? Damn it. The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned. It's over! I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you!
Elle.
Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore, wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life? He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told...
We grew up in... and I was chosen to inherit the family. I had my father's head for figures, you see. A late bloom, for unlike most bearers, it wasn't. My parents tried to drive him out before they could.
Theo told he clearly admired your devotion to the cause, but he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds. just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself. He was never, if anything.
You weren't, Ella. That he had always been, and that he wanted to repay. Neither you nor you did, and you always...
You're right. It was so Theo. I know we can make a difference. I need not so bringing and to Theo. This is the
I've made it to continue.
Thank you. Let's go.
I heard the Guardian saying we're supposed to grow our...
Ah, what brings you...
A delivery.
These are Martha's keen to cut. I jest, of course, but they'd long...
Martha was hoping you, so that they'll be able...
That's... These bearers had... They know little of free... Unless we teach them how to live like free... Not that myself and the Guardians have... It's about time we all... Unfortunately, we've been a little too...
The Horde! They're coming, so wait.
Time it all. Gather the men in the square.
Yes, sir.
The Horde.
A Kashek. A veritable legion. We don't have the numbers to hold back.
Now you're out.
Precisely.
What if you...
You mean the bearers?
So wait. Though they may not be trained soldiers...
You're right. I will. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. The home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it...
Thanks to you.
Me?
Lord Rossfield?
So what's the plan?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments. Each, upon engaging with the Akashic,
You're going to lure them in?
I am. We will have neither the time nor by coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from... With luck, that point will be the village square, and for you...
A sound plan. I'd say you have, please.
Ha!
Sir Wade!
Then you know what... We work together. Everyone each shielding the other, that gnome for Rosaria.
For Rosaria!
We've no time.
That I will do.
Suppose we'd bet...
Right.
The calm before. And here it comes. I will not let this village fall. It's over.
Well done, Tom.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield! What is it? Owl from the rest. An Akashic...
All the better. So wait.
Hard to say. I could...
No, you stay here. I'll go off. Join me, Owen.
If you're... May the fountain...
Next one's mine. I might not know one.
With me, Toggle. All right. Back to East.
Lord Ross... Field.
It's dead.
Thank the... We were... I have Guardians post... I hesitate.
I think it...
We say... Thank you.
No, you brought us together.
We never had enough, but now we...
Forgive us, but there's no... We're free men. We have to...
And we shall. This is our home.
They'll have...
Come on, then.
This village...
They're not slaves.
No, your father, and I believe if he was...
I believe you.
I shall remain here, after all.
I think you'll... But you should be I'll have to pull my weight. Speaking of which...
Can we
Of course. As Rose...
Indeed we...
And Clyde. I ain't paid you for delivering that.
All right.
Lord Rossfield, clearing the goblin. Since that day, there have been more when the odds seemed so stacked. But every time to be a know that whatever trials...
So, Ed, you have all... I know that... And indeed...
Thank you. I know that...
The here, it's luck. Not only did my seat...
I just did...
And it's so... Take it.
Thank you.
So, and a home.
Well, it was your...
I know that, but... Though I suppose the wreck, you know, bearers live in Froth as
I take it you did...
Well, if you really want to know, in fact, that's how I met him. He showed up at the stables one day, asking... Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. But me, I thought he was a new constable. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. Got right under my skin, it did. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then...
And you what?
Well, we both just like your dad. He certainly...
Indeed, but the loftier ones, which is why those of us who follow in...
Suppose you... And if we... Good thing we've got... It's almost... Anyway, better get back to work. The least of...
That sounds like... Run like the wind. Time to fight. No mistakes. It's over. That's all of them.
Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Papio nuts.
We were just a... It's funny. You remember Camille? The steel, meanwhile, and that whetstone from the... And the final...
A team...
Now, right.
To the belt.
Well, Buck...
The sword...
It's... thank you.
So,
It'll take more, but we're up for the...
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking.
We reckon with those items there.
That's a weapon
I was hoping.
One legend at a time, eh, lad?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts?
Canva lost.
I'm sorry, but... Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lesson today?
With Canva in the hands of Akashic,
Ah, so... Good.
Oh, films!
May...
The tele...
She's a beauty.
You saved my beacon again!
It's...
Oh, don't say that.
You could just...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. And I reckon I know how. It's a metal, see?
Stretchy...
Ah. So, what do you reckon?
Thank you.
Shh. And I wanted to get some practice in using... Can't think of any right now. Maybe one day, the whole world...
Well, hardly...
So, she don't need sails or oars? How may I help you today, Clive? You've already got that one. Hasn't been delivered yet, I'm afraid. All done?
Clive! Quick look. Seen enough?
Good girl. All right. Don't get surrounded.
Come back.
The stew's awfully full.
Covered in nicks and lumps. The lot of
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels...
What is this place?
Don't move.
Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand, then ultimately? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps you will be returning.
I see no reason.
Then neither do
I can think of a few. You will.
Of course.
Sit on leave.
How long will it take us to...
Dunno, about the same amount of... maybe less. If your uncle can find someone... All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is...
Then we must find a place they won't think to look.
The Professor?
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the...
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this reckless...
I do.
I still say we're a compliment.
Ah, please tell me you've come to take our...
I'm not here for mid.
Then why not ask Molly if...
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, and we're going to need it.
Preferably one that won't see...
If it were that easy, very little... We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. If there is any...
Then tell us what we will...
But no...
All right, but interrupt. Barnabas Thom. The one they call the last king. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldemark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canva's streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped, and Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see,
Do you think you can get...
Picked you up from it, didn't I? But then...
Well said. Thank you, lady.
If a few morsels of
Probably more. Mid. I'll fetch Josh.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Please, Your Grace. My Lord Marquis.
Yote.
My lord, yeah. It's your brother, though he does his best,
I had fear.
There are certain elixirs, but his grace's case is severe. So I consulted with Talia, and thankfully a recipe was found, and our supply. Unless we can secure... My lord.
For Josh. So...
A rare herb. It grows only where the ether is dense. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. The search continues for a new...
So it's only that you can't reach it?
Well...
Then I shall go... You've yet to find another sword, besides.
Well, Stonerwort is easily identified by its blood. I shall remain...
Good girl. Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our Stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it. Well done, Togor. Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right. That should do it. Let's get these back to Yote. Come on. Fly, Ambrosia. This won't be easy. You deserve a rest. Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors. Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader. should have stayed. These must be...
You have a...
Who are you?
Ah, I did not recognize you. We are thanks to them.
You call that your brother? Surely they serve...
We are a duty of the...
And you think you're...
I know they would. Now.
Cyril told me of your work here.
I see. That is... May the Firebird...
It's one thing to lay down your life for another. But for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Ah.
Aye, yeah.
My thanks. I shall study them.
Cyril, losses which could have been avoided. Were these your...
No. Every undying devote...
Even when...
My lord, the we live to...
Cyril, but allow me to... It does not provide your survey parties with an estimate. Think not only of how you can... Please.
I think, if you will permit me to and we of the Undying as first shield...
I do.
Then we are of the same mind.
Covered in nicks and lumps.
Yose.
Yes, I'm sure it will serve.
I'm very glad.
You and his great, you think only of...
No more than you have, minding my...
I am, but I beg you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you.
Clive! Quick look. Always something in there.
How do you split the sea?
Run out of pep.
Clive. Go on, then. Is that all?
The stew's
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want? Anything else? What do you want? me the materials, and I'll think about it. And?
I have no reason to assume other.
Clive, you must...
Do you recall when we spoke before and what I discovered?
You will recall that my quest to but while I've always known it to be important, now, however,
Master Clive, I would think not, but there was once a time when the faith hints of its...
Wait. Religious monuments are often taught, but if and so...
It would appear the path... So in this case, it would... I am relieved.
I shall guard it.
Joshua, I need to speak to everyone.
Right away.
If it please your grace, might I one day borrow the chronicles? For a short while.
Of course, Lordsman Hippocrates. You need but ask. My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine. I say we, but as well as slow our march. Only Joshua and a scout.
You bet you're... Might still borrow some of Lee.
Once you dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, if you sense any danger...
Inconspicuous. A ship ain't going nowhere till you're...
Jill.
Don't worry. You'll be neat.
But if there are no questions...
Let me know when you're leaving.